Brawl Network, this is the Players Talk Live podcast, a show dedicated to the next generation of student athletes. Here are your hosts, Chad Allen, Tommy Polley, and Eric King.
To the Players Talk Live podcast on the Brawl Network, where each conversation is authentic and centered around educating the next generation of student athletes using 4 pillars: coaching, mentoring, developing, and influencing. I'm your host, Chad Allen, and I'm joined by co-hosts and former NFL players Tommy Polley and Eric King. And today on Athlete Voices Matter, we have a special guest. He goes by the name of Shaq, but is Rashawn Shaq Smith, University of Maryland's linebacker, 5th year. We also know that Shaq will be potentially graduating with a business master's degree in entrepreneurship in November. So, again, we want to welcome you to the show today, Shaq, and we look forward to some real authentic conversation going forward, man. I tell you. So, welcome, Shaq.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, man, it's been a while. I tell you, you and I, we have a history where we go back, man. It's funny because you're at the University of Maryland, and it's how life is, right? How full circle life can be sometimes. I remember you getting your first offer from the University of Maryland as an 8th grader going into your 9th grade. You hadn't even stepped in at Calvert Hall, and you were an 8th grader, and I know you were nervous, and you had your big bro, mentor, advisor, Coach Robinson, who's now down with the New Orleans Saints. And I met you guys out there, and you were going through a drill and nerves and different things. And I remember grabbing you and like, Shaq, just do what you look. Stop playing to do what you know how to do. Don't get fancy. Don't get cute. Look, you know how to long arm. Come off there with that edge. And before you know it, man, they pulled you to the side and was like, nah, bro. We don't need to see no more. You got an offer. And I know that changed your life in the sense of, man, it gave you that confidence, right? So you went into high school as a freshman and you lit up your freshman year. And it really propelled you to a great career in high school, where you ended up playing for IMG, one of the nation's best programs. You ended up being a 5-star kid, played in the UA All-American game. And again, man, you just set yourself up to be in a great position for life, where you're now working and potentially about to finish your 2nd degree. So again, man, I've seen the journey. I know how hard it's been for you. So I would like to just say kudos to you, Shaq. And again, welcome to the show, man. Anything you'd like to say?
No, man, thank you. Much appreciated. And now I definitely remember those days, back even before I reached high school, man. And, all of the wisdom and things like that you kind of poured into me, as a young kid, growing up, not having the clue in the world of what I was doing, man. And, you've definitely helped me a lot. And, definitely thankful for the thing that you've given me, helping me get to where I am today.
The other big bro, Coach Polley, man, I know he's been like that linebacker bro that has instilled a lot into you. We all are from Baltimore. That's great because we have Eric King on the West Coast, but Eric King is a Baltimore guy, went to McDonough. We joked a little bit before the show, but I know Shaq had a big game. I know Shaq had a big game against McDonough. So, Eric, go ahead.
Broke the streak. Broke the streak. Broke the streak. Yes, sir.
And that's when Shaq was at St. Francis. I know we talked about IMG, but the legendary now St. Francis national powerhouse as well. Shaq started there before he went to IMG. Shaq was the catalyst that kind of was part of that first class of student athletes to make St. Francis what it is. And Coach Polley was the defensive coordinator at that time, assistant head coach. So just to give a little backdrop to that. But yeah, Eric, go ahead and jump right in from McDonough, man.
Shaq, I'm a graduate of McDonough, but when I graduated McDonough, I ended up taking a post-grad year at the Hill School in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. It was a year where I had to, develop physically, had to develop mentally. Not only that, I was a late qualifier. But being a kid from Baltimore, you made that jump leaving Baltimore to City of Baltimore and leaving for IMG. That was a big move, especially for a kid like you during that time. How did that affect you, man? And how did that prepare you for adverse situations and things you got to deal with today?
Most definitely. Just first going back to, like Coach Chad said, when I was at St. Francis. Anybody who knows, St. Francis is a school, where still to this day, back when I was there, we was a school that, everybody looked upon as, we didn't have a lot. And we kind of made do with what we had. And that, being there, for the time I was there, where we sharing a football team, football locker room, sharing the same locker room as, the basketball team. And we got to fit, a helmet and shoulder pads and, cleats and everything into, a cubby basically. And, just the things we had to do, walk 2 blocks to practice and, having to find rides sometime to games and, stuff like that. And basically all of the adversity, that I kind of went through there kind of is what kind of I feel like made me, kind of who I am today. And, with that, it was just having come from a situation like that in St. Francis, when I got to IMG, a school where, you got it all at the tip of your fingers, the best of the best. It kind of made me appreciate everything I had there much more than everybody else around me. Everybody else around me always wondered, why I was doing the things that I was doing. I was getting up at 5 a.m., going to the weight room and lifting. I never had
Baltimore. So I'm hearing that Baltimore grit, that fire, the fact that you had to get it like that, you were able to take that to a place like IMG. And in turn, now I got all these things. I got these things at my disposal, but I still got that frame of mind. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's exactly right. Exactly. And, just having that and, being able to have those assets, right at my fingertips and being able to do all of those things. Those are the things, that I felt set me apart, while I was at IMG. And having, that mindset in which you just talked about is kind of what kept me on straight while I was there. I wasn't so much worried about, staring off on the wrong path just because I know where I came from. Not saying that other people didn't, but just the situation where I came from, I know that, I really don't got nothing to go back to. So it's something that, I'm here for a reason and I'm working for that purpose.
My man. Sounds great. Chad, back to you.
Tommy, so jump in there and kind of.
The same way you were, Chad, we came from humble beginnings, the mean Baltimore streets, and somebody that can go to IMG, do good things there, and then go to Clemson and graduate. Now he's at Maryland about to get his grad. I mean that's big stuff, and that's the example that we want to set for our other athletes aspiring to be like us, right? So always look at it in that aspect. The football thing, that'll come. But my thing, I just want to talk to you about the bubble. You miss your family, you gonna miss your girl. Like how long you in the bubble, and what's that whole process like, man?
So I've been in here now. This is starting week 2 now. And I'll be in here probably basically for the rest of this month. So all of August I'll be in here, and it's I kind of catch myself because it's 2 ways you can look at it. The first way you can look at it is we locked away, man. Here we go again, locked in, doing all of this stuff. I don't want to be around these dudes all the time. Like I want to go home. I want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Or you could look at it in the mindset of, I haven't been around these guys since January. This team right here, only thing we've done is, lift weights together and, run around the indoor together. New freshmen coming in, and this can be a chance, for us to grow, as a team off the field, get to know one another. And once you get to know somebody and, you grow that bond, and I get to know the guy I'm playing with, I know his story, I know his why, that kind of makes you want to go just that much harder for him. And, that's the other way that you can view it, man. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm in here every day and I'm happy-go-lucky. But them days that I'm not, I revert back to those reasons, I'm in here with a bunch of guys, that's freshmen that just came in that have no idea, what they're about to, the journey they're about to embark on. I can pour some knowledge into those guys. I can, get around my teammates and get to know them, and, we can go closer. So, that's kind of the mindset I have, day in and day out. And when things get hard for me, I revert back to that.
Yeah, I mean that's good stuff right there. You need to show that senior leadership, right? Yeah. Seniors won't let us lose. So, coaching up them young guys, you never know who somebody might go down during the season, and young guy might got to come in and play some big moments, for you. So that's always a big thing there. But so testing. Did they test y'all and all that when you came back? How was testing? And is everybody clear now? That's in the bubble?
Yeah, everybody that's in the bubble is clear, and we been getting tested, and we get tested every Monday. I just got my test this morning. Every Monday, everybody is allotted a slot when they go in, and they got to get tested, and our test results come back in like 3 days or so. So by Wednesday, we all know. But for the last two tests we've had. It's been all negatives. We haven't had any positives, and we did have some positives when we first came back from our 4th of July break, and they had a routine in place for those guys. Those guys were kind of placed in their own sort of bubble, where they were isolated, by themselves, and they had that taken care of for those guys, food for them, and for the most part, everything I've heard, those guys that was there, they said it was pretty chill and it wasn't nothing too much. So just. It's an everyday thing, just staying safe and, make sure we're taking those proper precautions.
So what, y'all locked in the hotel with security around? How's that whole process? What is that looking like? Like, what if I try to sneak out? They got all cameras everywhere. What's that?
Yeah, man. So the hotel got their own security, and, our team got security. So they got both of those there, man.
It's like bowl. It's like bowl security night before the national.
Yeah, just like that. So I mean, they don't got it where nobody can come in. They always say, if your family want to come see you, they can come see you. Just gotta be in the lobby. They don't want nobody coming in our rooms and things of that nature. But we didn't already had incidents and scenarios of guys, caught themselves trying to sneak out, and coach them made examples of guys. You know what I'm saying already. So we locked down with that. You know what I'm saying. We ain't really had no more drama. You know what I'm saying ever since that.
Oh, okay. Man, hey, I don't know how they try to keep us in, but we were trying to sneak out night before the national championship. Hey, we had players. Hey, Sebastian Janikowski, boy, he definitely stayed out, man. Coach Bow said,
you know what they say, man. Them Florida State guys was different, man. They was different back in the day.
Coach Bow, hey, he stayed out like some other guys thought they could stay out, right? This side just goes like it shows ranking of the team. So some other guys stayed out past curfew. Coach Bow sent them home. Sebastian Janikowski stayed out. Hey, he told the media, man, we got international rules for him. We don't suspend him. He just got run. Hey, he played too. And kicked the field goal. I mean, so I'm gonna ask you a question. Are you nervous about playing? Because me, the 21-year-old me, 22, I'm out there playing. I don't care. Hey, 42-year-old me, maybe I got a little sense. But probably the 42-year-old me still go out there too. But how you feel about playing, right now, about, possibilities?
I mean, it's definitely, what I'm saying, so, some things to look at, when you look at it. But for me personally, and the position that I'm in, this is my last year, and I need this year. I need this year for the film and for where I'm trying to go. And I'm kind of in the mind frame of I'm willing to do whatever it takes for me to get to where I'm trying to go. So, it's definitely some concerns with it, but I definitely feel like, in the league I'm in within the Big Ten, they've definitely moved to a Big Ten only schedule. And the reason that they've done that, was for the precautionary measures that that they take. And right now we getting tested once a week. Once we move into the season, we going twice a week, and you got to be negative on both days. And so I definitely feel like the Big Ten officials and those guys who are handling that are definitely doing their best to keep us safe. I know I'm doing my part, and with that being said, it's giving me more opportunity to focus on what lies ahead in my last year. So I mean, with that being said, I'm locked in and I'm ready to go.
Oh yeah, man. This your senior year. I played as a 5th year senior too. So yeah, that 5th year sense of urgency is it's a little different. You got to get it's the end of the road. This. All the years of playing football could possibly come to an end. You could go either way. So, and plus you want to have a good year. You want to go out with good memories and good thoughts, and want to leave a good impression about, not only your academic side, but also your playing while, want to make some plays, right? And that's the goal.
I want to touch on something though, Tommy, because Shaq hit on some things in reference to being knowledgeable of what's going on as far as health but then also understanding that you can use this time to get better mentally. So I know the Big Ten has, I use the Calm app. It's a meditation app and mindfulness app. They've made it available to all student athletes in the Big Ten. What is your preparation? You done played in some big games, 2 national championships, countless big games, is just, conference and non-conference. How are you preparing for this season, and what would you recommend for student athletes as far as their goal setting or even visualization prior to a major contest? Like, how are you getting ready for the season?
Yeah, most definitely. So for me, what it all goes back to for me and what I start with is a mindset. It's only unbelievable, if you don't believe it. And, you can do whatever you set out to do. So starting with that mindset, when I move into situations where, I'm going into a big game or I'm going into, the biggest play, of the game right here. I feel like what separates me and, what I do is I take myself to those places in practice. When we in practice, okay, this is the game-winning play of the national championship. Okay, this is the play that's going to either take us to the playoffs or it's going to lose us. Our season is going to be over. I put myself in those places, and when I'm in practice, and I rerun those plays. Every after it's over, every night. I'm rerunning that. This is what I got to do. This is my alignment. This is my assignment. And when I get into that moment, it's just like another play. When I'm there, is the big lights and the fans. None of that kind of phases me because I've been here already. I got a tunnel vision. This is already happened. And I'm past this point right here. And that's kind of what where I go to every time to kind of take me to that place mentally. Because it all starts right between your ears, and everything that I do it comes from that that spot.
Let's think about it on the show right now. We got Shaq, you got 2 national championships?
Yes, sir.
I got 1. So that's 3 national championships. But how you came and got me? Man, you came, I'm supposed to be the guy with the rings. Now you got him. But that's good. We got 3 national championships on one show. That's big numbers right from Baltimore.
Yes, sir.
From Baltimore.
Yes, sir. Well,
Come on now.
They say we don't play no ball up there where we from.
Hey,
Come on.
I don't have a national, but I got a BCS Orange Bowl, a record-setting BCS Orange Bowl. So
oh yeah, then you got a BCS. I got a couple. I got a couple of them secondary bowls too, but I don't count them.
I got a few of them. You know what I'm saying?
I got a few of them too. Hey, where we come from, it's everything all or nothing.
All or nothing. All or nothing.
That's it.
Hey, Shaq, I tell you, man, give all or nothing this year, man. As we wrap up, is there anything you want to say to us, ask us, man, or say to the people, again, where they can find you? Again, you're number 5 linebacker for Maryland, the Maryland Terps in the Big Ten. Whether it's your social, anything, man. What are your last moments or sentiments you would like to add?
Most definitely. I'm probably the most on Instagram. My Instagram ad is Team Shaq, one word. But just for the younger generation who's watching this and that's coming after me, no matter if you're in high school, a freshman in high school, or you a freshman in college, this time is going to come and go. And you're going to hear a lot of people say it, but me being in the situation I'm in right now, in my 5th year, just looking back, it feels like just yesterday, that I was, just playing at St. Francis, or just playing that, what I'm saying, at my freshman year at Clemson, just walking in the doors, after they came back, from the first national championship, when they lost, I was already there. So, man, the time is going to come and go. And what you do at that time, can possibly set you up for the rest of your life. I'll never forget when I very first made my decision that I was going to Clemson. Somebody that's real close to me, told me this can be a 4-year decision or a 40-year decision. And I just want everybody to kind of have that mindset, because you're going in there for 4 years or 5 years, but you want to leave, with 40 years of knowledge and connections and, things are set up in that nature. So, man, just go to college, have fun, make sure it's the best time of your life because it will be. But get out of college, you know what I'm saying, what college is for. Go in there, you get a great education. You go in there, you make the connections of a lifetime, and you build bridges with people, you know, that you never want to burn. So, you know, in any situation that comes to you in life, you can always revert back to those bridges that you once built. And that's it.
Oh, man. Shaq, that sounds great.
Shaq, well said, bro.
Yeah, man.
East Baltimore.
Man,
Baltimore.
in the building.
Come on.
I tell you, if anything, Shaq, we want to end on that note, man, because that was a powerful message. And again, to the young student athletes, knowing that here's a guy that's an NFL prospect and preparing for his last year and is a talent. He also believes in academics, and he believes in career and networking and having a future. That's the true definition of going pro, because you're going to go pro in something, whether it's a professional career, athletically, or professional career in the workforce. So thank you for joining today's episode of Players Talk Live on the Broad Network.
Tell your mama 7 up, Shaq.
Gotcha, man. Gotcha.
Again, I'm your host, Chad Allen. That's the co-host, Tommy Polley, signing out. Eric King. You can find us at Players Talk Live on all social media platforms, as well as podcasts. Again, Players Talk Live, where athletes' voice matters. Peace.